Well, the sporting world has been stunned by the news that three-time Tour de France winner Spain's Alberto Contador has returned a positive drug test to a banned substance during this year's Tour. The world's best cyclists are currently in Geelong for the World Championships, and Contador's colleagues are urging people not to jump to conclusions until more tests are done. Contador has defended himself tonight and says it was food contamination. But some legends of the sport are devastated that allegations of doping are once again damaging cycling. Late Line's Hamish Fitzsimmons reports from Geelong.
Cycling's elite was still taking in the news of Alberto Contador's positive test to the banned bronchodilator and stimulant clenbuterol during his victory in this year's Tour de France. The world's greatest cycling trainer and prominent anti-doping campaigner, Aldo Sassi, was stunned when Late Line told him the news.
The only thing I hope is that in this situation a rider like Contador will find the strength to be ready to say the truth.
Cycling's governing body, the UCI, declined to comment, saying that because the sample detected was so small, further testing is needed.
The most important thing for the cycling nowadays is that Contador assume a proper attitude toward this event in order to help cycling.
Phil Anderson is one of Australia's cycling greats who rode in 13 Tours de France and an organiser of this year's World Championships. He's more than aware of the potential for this to overshadow the biggest event outside the 3 Grand Tours of Europe.
It's come out that Contador showed a positive reading during the Tour de France, and it we haven't heard the full story yet, so I'll have to wait and see what develops.
Today, Switzerland's Fabian Cancellara crushed his competition in the men's time trial, but his historic 4th World Championship in the event was overshadowed by the news from Europe.
First of all, I'm going to respect the rules. The rules are definitely, we have to wait until the B sample is going to open, and then people can talk, and then discussion can be going on.
Second place getter Britain's David Miller knows the waiting period between a positive test and subsequent action. In 2004, he was banned for 2 years for testing positive to human growth hormone, EPO.
I'll 100% give Alberto fully benefit of the doubt, because, you have to understand these things can be quite complicated, and it's a shame that it's out there when it could be something completely innocent.
Cycling administrators are appalled that Alberto Contador's test results are overshadowing this event. They're now concerned about how the fallout will be limited.
Some think releasing the results of the test was premature, given the small quantity found of the stimulant.
It's an enormous story because it's a 3-time Tour de France champion, the best rider of his generation, a spokesman for clean cycling, and someone who's been implicated by a microdose.
Late this evening, the Spanish champion, who in August was provisionally suspended after the positive result, came out to defend himself.
The International Cycling Union itself stated right in front of me that it was a case of food contamination, and I was the victim.
Whatever happens, the dark cloud of doping has once again descended on cycling. Just before, Australia's Cadel Evans is due to defend his world road racing title on Sunday. Hamish Fitzsimmons, Late Line.